2001 PA பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணோம். அதை தொடர்ந்து ஸ்பென்சர் வெல் 2002 ஜேர்னி ஆஃப் மேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நேஷனல் ஜியோகிராபிக் சேனல்ல ஒரு டாக்குமெண்ட்ரி எடுத்தார் 2 மணி நேரம். அதில் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சாப்டர்ல ஃபிகரிங். அதுக்கப்புறம் 2007 ஒரு பிரிட்டிஷ் ஹிஸ்டோரியன், very famous historian. Now he is in charge of all the Queen's properties and assets there in England. அவர் வந்து ஒரு ஹிஸ்டோரியன், பிஎஸ்சி ஹிஸ்டோரியன். சைனாவை பற்றி அலெக்சாண்டர் ஸ்டேட்லாம் முதல்ல எடுத்தார். நிறைய மைக்கேல் வுட் அவர் வந்து 2007 he wanted to make a story of India. First one வந்து journey of man அவர் Spencer Wells. இது story of India. 6 hours BBC Worldல ஒரு வாரத்துல 6 நாள்ல இல்ல, ஒரு நாளைக்கு 1 மணி நேரம். அது first was the beginning, first chapter. Second chapter was the great ideas. Third chapter was the ages of the gold. How gold plays a role in the Indian economy and the world economy. The last one the British Empire. இது வந்து யூடியூப்ல கிடைக்கும், இல்லாட்டி அது மாதிரி சில வெப் பேஜஸ்ல இட் இஸ் அவைலபிள். I suggest each one of you to see these 6 hours. அந்த 6 மணி நேரம் நீங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா then you will understand what India is. The narrow partitionலாம் you will throw away. The cultural evolution is something different. Is it ready for screening?
Yeah, the net is having some problems, sir. It's not getting.
Net வேணும் சார். நீங்க ஸ்டிக்கர் ப்ளே பண்ணலாம்.
The net it is through the net only it is playing, sir. Because we are being online.
ஸ்டிக்கர் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க வாமே.
அது இருக்கு சார்.
ஆன்லைன் போதும்.
Let us watch a record lecture of Professor Dr. JCBA in his remembrance.
Have you seen his photograph somewhere? Zoology department, no?
வாய்ஸ் ஆடியோ நீ கொடுக்கணும்ல, நம்ம தான் வரோம். நான் கொண்டோட
distinguished members of the academic world, ladies and gentlemen, and my young student friends. The topic assigned to me is origin of man and languages. These are two vast subjects, and I shall try to compress them within the short period allotted to me. Alexander Pope, in his essay on man, said, "The proper study of mankind is man." This gives man a privileged position which biology does not support. Actually, the opposite is true. If you want to have even a basic understanding of man, then you must understand the evolutionary history of mankind. Our Earth and our solar system originated 4.5 billion years ago, and living organisms came into existence about 3.5 billion years ago. And for the next 2 or 2.5 billion years, there were only the primitive organisms, the microbes, the amoebae, and so on. The protists. The cellular organisms and the lower invertebrates and others, as we can detect them in the fossil record, started only about 1,000 million years ago. And on this scale, man's ancestors started branching away from our ape cousins just about 3 million years ago. And these ancestors are known as Australopithecines. There are a whole set of species. And they were the branch which evolved later into present-day man. And contrary to popular opinion, man became man not because of his brain, but because he was bipedal, as we say. He was erect and walked on his hind limbs. And at that stage, about 3 million years ago, man's brain capacity was an average of about 490 cc, whereas a gorilla or a chimpanzee had a brain size ranging from 650 to 700 cc. So the brain was much smaller in the original ancestor of mankind. And so it is this bipedal structure. The reason is it left the forelimbs, hands, free so that it can be used for, first of all, using tools, and then for making tools, and then using his grip either as a power grip or as a precision grip. He could use it for technology, use it for writing, so on and so forth. And his Australopithecus, our ancestors, were smaller. They're just about 5 feet tall, weighed less than perhaps 100 pounds. And so they had to hunt for these animals. And so it has been suggested they must have hunted in groups. And these small groups were hunters and gatherers who lived in caves and lived in groups for just about 20 or 25. For the caves formed the unit of evolving mankind. Notice Pichapan, the organizer behind this, Professor Shanmusundaram, distinguished members of the academic world, ladies and gentlemen, and my young student friends. The topic assigned to me is origin of I came small from here, imbibed several academic practices. I was a freshman from a village in Tamil medium school. I was in deep distress, but understand that people. Professor JCBA was our PVC teacher. He imparted the concept in simple terms and wrote the studying features on the blackboard so that we would copy them. It was a source of comfort. During our undergraduate years, he moved to the USA. He himself exposed a burst of the subject of science. He came back with a great academic potential and talents. He exposed us to the latest trends in biological concepts, not only in the stroke of thought, but in the field of ecology. He came to the classes with chalkboards and delivered the lectures in such a way that even a novice in biology will easily see, of course, a great inspirer, a rare teacher, a true academic, and a model. Thank you. Respected professors, my friends, and dear students, I am Sumu Mustafa, alumni of American College from 1967 to 73, 3 years in the 6 years. And in all the 6 years I was related to Dr. JCBA, for whom these endowment lectures are being inaugurated today. He was my warden in Zambro Hall in the hostel during my pre-university course 1 year. And then he took classes in all the 3 years of BSc. And then in MSc also first year generally, second year he took evaluation. As a teacher, அவர்கிட்டலாம் படிக்கிறதுக்கு அவ்வளோ பெரிய அதிர்ஷ்டம் இருந்தது. In fact, we can never forget his style and the way that he teaches and the emphasize பண்ணுறது ஒவ்வொரு கான்செப்ட்லையும் இந்த வேர்டை சொன்னாதான் அந்த கான்செப்டுடைய மீனிங்கை கரெக்டாக புரியும் அப்படிங்கிற அளவுக்கு அவர் இன்ஸ்டியூட் நல்லா சொல்லுவார். அவருடைய ஸ்டைல் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த 2 கையும் கையை பேண்ட்களை விட்டுட்டு அப்படியே பேசிக்கிட்டே இருப்பார். பியூட்டிஃபுல் டாக், நோ நோட்ஸ், எந்த கையில் பேப்பர் எதுவுமே இருக்காது, அப்படி அழகாக பேசிட்டு இருப்பாரு. அப்படியே ஸ்டைலில் அப்படி திரும்பி போர்டில் ஒரு எக்ஸ்பிளேஷன் பண்ணுவார், திரும்பி அதே மாதிரி பண்ணுவார். அப்படி அது எல்லாரும் ஒரு ஃபேன்ஸ்ன்னு தான் சொல்லணும். அப்படி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாரும் அப்படி ஃபேன்ஸ். ஹாஸ்டலில் காய்ச்சல் படுத்திருந்தா கூட அவருடைய கிளாஸுக்கு மட்டும் வந்து அட்டன் பண்ணிட்டு திருப்பி போய் ஹாஸ்டலுக்கு போய் ஒரு ஃபேன்ஸ் நான் அவருடைய கிளாஸ் இன்னைக்கு இருக்குன்னா அப்படி ஸோ ஹாப்பி டு லிசன் டு யூ. அவருக்கு லிசன் பண்ணுறதே எனக்கு அவ்வளோ சந்தோஷமா இருக்கும். ஸோ அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு டீச்சர் சந்தேகம் கிடையாது. அவருடைய இன்ஃபேக்ட் நான் பிஎஸ்சி படித்து முடிச்சுட்டு எம்எஸ்சி போகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி எனக்கு ஒரு போஸ்டல் கிளார்க் வேலை கிடைச்சது, அப்புறம் குரூப் 4 சர்வீஸில் கவர்மெண்ட் சர்வீஸ் வேலை கிடைச்சது. பட் அதெல்லாம் விட்டுட்டு எம்எஸ்சி படிக்கணும், இந்த ஜுவாலஜி மேலே அப்படி ஒரு அஃபினிட்டியை ஏற்படுத்தி நான் வந்து ஒரு எம்எஸ்சி போகணுன்ற நினைக்க வச்சாதான் அது பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் டாக்டர் JCBA. No doubt about it. But unfortunately, I could not continue to have zoology with me in my life. After MSc, immediately after MSc, I went to government service. So I forgot that totally zoology. But remember, I continue to live as a zoologist. It is because of doctors. அவர் சொல்லிக் கொடுத்த அந்த நேச்சுரல் செலெக்ஷன் தியரி அண்ட் மெட்டீரியல்ஸ் ரா மெட்டீரியல்ஸ்
for evolution, variations, survival of the fittest, இதெல்லாம் அவர் சொல்லி கொடுத்த அந்த கான்செப்ட்ஸ் அப்படி உடம்புல ரத்தத்தோட கலந்துச்சு. யூ cannot be but rational. நமக்கு ஒரு ரேஷனல் திங்கிங், அனலிட்டிக்கல் அப்ரோச், ஆட்டிடியூட் டு லைஃப் எல்லாத்தையுமே அவர் வந்து இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ். ஸோ அதுதான் ரியாலிட்டி. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி இருந்த ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஸர் படிச்சிருந்து நாங்கள் வெரி லக்கி. இந்த ப்ரெசன்ட் டே ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் அவர்களெல்லாம் படிக்க முடியலையே நினைக்கும் போது ரொம்ப வருத்தமாக இருக்குது. அவர் ஒரு இம்மார்டல் பீயிங்கை வாழ்ந்து இப்போ உள்ள ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வரையும் அவர் டீச் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும், லைஃப் லாங்காக மனித சமுதாயத்தில் வரையும் தான் எனக்கு ஆசை தான். பட் நேச்சுரல் இஸ் தேர். ஸோ இட் இஸ் நாட் பாசிபிள். ஸோ அதுக்காக தான் டாக்டர் ஆர்டிஎம் ப்ரொஃபஸர் அண்ட் ஜாய் ஷர்மிளா மேடம் அண்ட் other professors they all joined together and started this endowment. This Dr. JCBA endowment from ஆரம்பிச்சு அந்த series of lectures conduct பண்ணி Dr. JCBA of the present generation students கொண்டு போய் சேர்த்தாங்க. இது பெரிய முயற்சி, ரொம்ப fantastic thing, and we must all be thankful to this organization, and really it is I wish all the best that it will succeed in all its efforts. Thank you.
I operate two laboratories, one in Ocala, Florida, another one in Portland, Oregon. I started my college level education at American College when I finished my pre-university course at American College in the year 1968 and 69. I tried to join select a program where I can start a career in life. I was completely confused. I didn't know which program to select. And I was standing in the middle of the college campus, and I saw Professor JCBA come in a rickety old bike, and he stopped his bike in front of me. He told me, "Hey, you're confused. You don't know what to do with your life. You come follow me to my office. I'll explain you what biology is all about." So he took me to his office, and I was blown away by his presentation. I accepted, and I joined a bachelor's degree in zoology. Eventually, I also finished a master's degree in zoology at American College. And when he taught species concepts, it was so clear and so precise. And later on in my life, I followed his footsteps, and I described two new species of nematodes that cause diseases in crops. And I received a PhD later on from that discovery. And his teaching of genetics and DNA technology is precise and far, very clear, far excellence than anyone I have ever heard. Subsequently, I continued my postdoctoral research in the United States in the field of studying genetics and DNA analysis. That's how I became a molecular diagnostic specialist. Currently, I test PCR tests for well over 200 different human diseases, and I sequence almost a total of about 150 different genes that are involved in cancer in human, and I employed well over 52 employees, depending on the emergency situation I face. COVID is a major disaster that I participated in designing tests and testing people. And if I have to select one person I need to thank in my life to start this career, it will be Professor JCBA. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day.
Hello, I'm Subramanian for JCBA between 1968 and 1974. You all assembled here to commemorate the first JCBA endowment. I'm grateful to his academic contributions to
several generations of students. This recognition is long overdue, and I thank everyone for their efforts to make it happen. Personally, I wanted to tell this for a long time about Professor JCBA's impact on my career in molecular genetics. Looking back in the final year of our BSc Special Zoology in January of 1972, after teaching previous 2 years of classical and population genetics, Professor JCBA gave us some of the memorable first lectures on molecular genetics for the first time to undergraduate students. For 3 to 4 months, we were all spellbound to take his lectures. He taught us how the DNA double helical structure was determined by J.D. Watson, and how Watson visited Crick's laboratory, how triple codon hypothesis was proven, how gene operant structure was determined. For every concept in molecular genetics, he will tell us some background stories about what happened in the research lab when these hypotheses were proven. These impressive lectures prompted me to visit the Mother University Library in 1972 in Palmyra campus for the first time. In this visit, I browsed all the journals in genetics, molecular genetics, and all the unpublished journals in various fields of biology. That library visit prompted my JCBA's teaching, inspired me to vigorously pursue PhD in molecular genetics. Later, opportunities came my way in 1974 when I joined Mother University Professor Part-2 to do my PhD in molecular genetics. Whatever JCBA taught us the theory behind molecular genetics in 1972, I was able to do those same microbial genetics experiments in the research lab a couple of years later, which resulted in my first publication in January of 1976 in a high-impact major journal called MGG, that is Molecular and General Genetics. It took approximately 4 years from the time JCBA's teaching of the molecular genetics subject in 1972, I was able to achieve a dream of becoming a scientist in molecular genetics. This I consider a miracle. Later in my career, I became a professor and a biomedical scientist for the last 4 decades. Worked in Indian Veterinary Research Institute, UCLA Medical School at Los Angeles, University of California at Riverside campus, Cleveland Clinic Farm, and finally in Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas, in the clinical cardiology department as a molecular cardiologist. During this period, I have published 30 research articles from the fields of molecular biology to molecular cardiology, mentoring and training the clinical biology and cardiology fellows in the research projects. In all these years, I could recognize JCBA's teachings and narratives were the basis for my success in all these institutions. I owe my entire career to the JCBA's foundational teachings on molecular genetics. Had he not taught that subject in 1972, I wouldn't have become a scientist in molecular genetics. Thank you for listening.
Dr. JCBA Abraham is one of the best teachers I have seen in my life. He is a very simple man. Cycle தான் வருவார் அந்த காலத்தில். அதுக்கப்புறம் சுவேதா வந்தார். He is very straightforward, honest, trustworthy, and atheist. Moreover, he is a bachelor. அதனால ப்ரொஃபஷனுக்கு நிறைய டைம் அவரால் டெடிகேட் பண்ண முடிஞ்சது. நிறைய குட் ரீடிங் பண்ணுவார். இன்னொரு விஷயம் என்னன்னா, என்னை அவர் ஆய்வுக்குலாம் கூடுவார். ஆனால் அவருடைய கிளாரிட்டி ஆஃப் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் இன் வேர்ட் as well as on the board, blackboard, is simply excellent. அதாவது ஒரு புத்தகத்தினுடைய கான்டென்ட் பேஜை பார்த்தோம்னா எப்படி அந்த புக்கை பற்றியான எல்லா நாலேஜும்
ஹோலிஸ்டிக்காக நமக்கு தெரியுமோ அந்த மாதிரி போர்டில் எழுதி போட்டு சிஸ்டமேட்டிக்காக நடத்துவார். ஜேசிபி ஆப்ரஹாம் வந்து நிறைய ஒரு டாபிக் நடக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி அந்த டாபிக்குள்ள பற்றியான சயின்டிஸ்டுடைய பயோகிராஃபி நிறைய சொல்லுவார். பீயிங் an atheist, அவருக்கு சயின்ஸ் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். He loves science. அதுல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா சில ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் சொல்லுவாரு. The first war between theology and science started in 1859. அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாரு. Science is the only human endeavor which is self-judging and self-correcting. அப்படி அந்த ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ஸை சொல்லும் போது அவர் மனசுல அப்படி ஒரு சந்தோஷம், முகத்துல அப்படி ஒரு பூரிப்பு. அது வந்து அவருக்கு அப்படி ஒரு ஆணவம் இருக்கும். இந்த சயின்டிஸ்ட், சயின்ஸ் alone can survive for any number of years அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து அவர் முகத்துல தெரியும். பெஸ்ட் டீச்சர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸை பார்த்தா ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். அவர்கிட்ட ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் படிச்சதாக சொல்லுவார். ஏகைஆர் திலகர்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவர் வந்து பேப்பர் எழுதுறதுலாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப பிரமாதமா இருக்கும். ரொம்ப அவரோட ப்ரெசன்டேஷன், ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் எல்லாமே நல்லா இருக்கும். அந்த பேப்பரை அவருக்கு கொடுத்தாங்க. ரொம்ப நாள் வரைக்கும் அவர் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணி வச்சிருந்து ஏகைஆர் திலகருடைய கல்யாணத்துல அந்த வெட்டிங் ரிசப்ஷன்ல அவர் ஒய்ஃப்ல ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணதான் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காரு. ஒரு ஃபீட்பேக் செஷன் அவர் சொல்லியிருக்காரு. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி பெஸ்ட் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் அவர் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். இது மட்டும் இல்லை, ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸை நம்புவார். நான் ஸ்டாம்பராகில் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா லைப்ரரிக்கு வந்து ஏன் தான் கொடுத்து வச்சிருந்தாங்க. ஏன்னா அட் த டைம் ஐ வாஸ் த செக்ரட்டரி ஆஃப் த ஜூவாலஜி அசோசியேஷன். அதனால லைப்ரரி கீ கம்ப்ளீட்டாக ஏன்டா இருந்து 2 வருஷம் நான் லைப்ரரியை மெயின்டைன் பண்ணுறேன். அது மட்டும் இல்லை, ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் நிறைய சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் எங்களெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு 4-5 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸை கூட்டிகிட்டு போய் கிங் கார்டன்ஸில் ஒரு புத்தகம் வாங்கி கொடுத்தாரு. அதாவது பயாலஜிக்கல் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி பை வெஸ்ட் அண்ட் டாட் அப்படின்னு ஒரு புக் இருக்கு. தட்ஸ் பைபிள் ஆஃப் தி பயோகெமிஸ்ட்ரி. அதை வந்து டிஸ்கவுண்டோட நீங்கள் வாங்கி கொடுத்தாரு. அது மட்டும் இல்லை, எதுக்கு அந்த ஹோட்டலில் கூட்டு போய் வெங்காயம் பச்சியும் டீயும் வாங்கி கொடுத்து எங்களை வீட்டுக்கு அனுப்பி விட்டாரு. ஸோ அப்போதான் எனக்கு தெரியும் அவருக்கு வெங்காயம் பச்சி ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும் அப்படின்னு. ஓகே, சச் a wonderful man. அது மட்டும் இல்லை, நீங்க நம்ப மாட்டீங்க, அவர் பார்க்க ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ரிக்டா தெரியும். ஆனா எங்களோட சினிமா வந்து பார்த்துருக்காரு. ஃபேமிலி மீட்டிங் முடிஞ்சவங்க நாங்கள் வந்து சினிமாவுக்கு போகணும்னு சொன்னோம். அப்போ வந்து வரேன்னு சொன்னாரு. ஆனா இங்கிலீஷ் மூவி தான் போகணும் அப்படின்னாரு. சரி அப்படின்ட்டு கோல்டு ஸ்பெஷல் ஒரு கார் அட்வென்ச்சர் மூவி பரமேஸ்வரத்தில் போய் பார்த்தோம். அந்த அளவுக்கு வந்து ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸோட நெருக்கமா பழகுவாரு, ஸ்ட்ரிக்டா இருப்பாரு. வெரி குட் ஹியூமன் பீயிங். அவரு வந்து எங்களுடைய டீச்சர் சொல்லிக்கிறதுல எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச்.
First branch of BSc Special Course Zoology. When I was a student in BSc, Mr. JCBA was our professor. JCBA was informing college JCBA by all of us. And he was our professor for Evolutionary education. And he was our undergraduate professor also. As my knowledge goes about JCBA, he was a remarkable educator whose profound knowledge spanned across multiple disciplines with a particular expertise in genetics and evolution. His deep understanding of the complex subjects was truly unparalleled, making him a beacon of knowledge in the academic community. His ability to simplify and convey intricate concepts with clarity and precision is an example for us. In fact, Dr. JCBA has dedicated his entire life to the cause of education and teaching, living as a bachelor who focused fully on his passion for imparting knowledge. This unwavering commitment was reflected in every aspect of his life. In the realm of genetics, Dr. JCBA had an exceptional grasp of both classical and modern physics. His lectures are a master class in connecting theoretical knowledge to the practical applications, helping students appreciate the nuances and the importance of genetic inheritance, gene expression, and modern genetic technologies. His insights into evolutionary biology were equally impressive, where he brought me the fascinating history of life and death, illustrating the process that has shaped the diversity of life through natural selection, genetic drifting, and adaptation. What truly distinguished of the JCBA was not just his vast knowledge, but his exceptional ability to engage and inspire his students. His teaching style was simple, dynamic, incorporating the latest research and real-world examples to make the subject relatable and accommodating. He was known for fostering a classroom environment that encouraged curiosity, critical thinking, and intellectual growth. Students often describe his lectures as transformative experiences that deepen their understanding and spark a lifelong interest in biology. Dr. JCBA's commitment to education extended possible. He was a mentor who was deeply interested in success of his students, always willing to provide guidance and support. His passion for teaching and his dedication to the field and yet gives the respect and admiration of both his students and friends.
Hello everybody. I take this opportunity to congratulate the initiative and the teamwork behind this JCB Endowment Board. JCB is a great professor. I still remember as a young undergraduate student when I first listened to JCBA Abraham. It was a very captivating personality and his lectures were always full of information. And he was taking genetics and evolutionary biology to us. The whole genetic was not my favorite because it involves certain mathematics, but the evolution was my favorite. I became a great fan of JCBA because of his teaching of evolution. I still remember one incident that he often says that fossils are solid evidences to evolution. And he was teaching, one day he was telling his trip to London where he showed a slide where the solid dinosaur fossils were actually reconstructed and placed in the British Museum of Natural History. When I saw that, I could not believe that so much big fossils could be assembled. So I asked him innocently, sir, is it a model? JCB is a very short-tempered person. He was so damn angry with me. He says, I have been teaching you for so long that fossils are solid evidences to evolution, and you are now telling me whether it's a model. And that was the story. But I still remember another instance where I was not there, but I think the year before I joined undergraduate, I think they had a Darwin Day where Professor RDM was there greatly involved, and Somasundaram and Shamsundar were involved. I was told only the stories where Darwinian, exhibit of Darwinian studies. And I still remember Professor Somasundaram, his drawings, so beautiful, really like posters he prepared for Darwin. And I know that Professor Adiyam and Dr. Shamsundar and Dr. Somasundaram, including myself, we are all great fans of JCB Abraham and his teaching in evolution. And later I was employed in American College for a year, 75 to 76. Where first time in my life I was receiving a salary, 400 something. And he called me and said, like now that you receive some money, you know how to spend your money. I said, well, I have a family expense, whatever. But 10% of your salary should be spend for books. So you should buy books for 10% of your salary every month. I followed that for quite some time, but I worked too long in America for it. And the very next year I left America for a PhD. But I rarely see him. He used to come to Swami for his PhD much later. But he was always very busy. He's known when he is little tedious 50 scooter. He used to drive that and come along. And he was teaching in our PG college as well. So there are lots of lovely memories about JCBA right. And I'm very, very glad that an endowment has been established and lecture is going to be there on this occasion. I take this opportunity actually to congratulate everyone and to greet the audience who come there to listen to that. I could only listen to it as a netcast, when it is being discussed. I could not come there personally and listen to this wonderful lecture. And I again thank you all for this opportunity of presenting my memories on this occasion. Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Endowment.
Morning all, former postgraduate student of this prestigious college, belong to the batch 1970-72. It gives me immense pleasure to be a part of this running as memorable student of educated his life to the path of education. He is none other than Professor Dr. Abraham, affectionately remembered as JCBA. My memories go back to Professor as his vision, passion, courage to perceive, conceive, and achieve their remarkable strength as a teacher to bring transformation in students. The purpose of education is to inspire good human beings, whereas greater minds are inspired only by teachers. Apart from education, Professor has taught us discipline, empathy, and courage to face situations. He was expected in teaching an ardent education. Evolutionary, more than anything, he was an unparalleled revolutionary of 20th century. His command of language changed the subject, changed his dimension. Books speak to you more than people speak. His quote, definition, author, year, title of the book, used to mesmerize us. We remember him as a language comparable to Darwin, Lilac, Dostoevsky, and Peter John Miller. Great evolutionary on time. Professor has made evolution as revolution. Personality, teaching with personality. He is simple by appearance, but strong in mind. He transfers to students, ignited knowledge, and inspired minds all the time. The classrooms were residents, and the students were his family. I thank for the organizers of this moment, from the principal of the college, library, Dr. Evolutionary, and the professor and research of this moment, Dr. Johnson, for giving me the opportunity to open my mind and finally I have to master. Make a difference if you can. Make a difference if you can.
Hello, I am I. I did my joined 1986. He joined the School of Biological Sciences, Madurai University, as the chief editor of the UPC-sponsored journal in biology. At that time, I was assigned to teach principles of taxonomy and evolution to the UPC biology students there. At that context, I requested from Kadam to teach evolution to the students. And we have the agreed and pretty good system of students enjoying this experience. So finally, I would like to say that Professor JCBA Abraham was one of the moving teachers. Academic teacher. Present the Evolutionary department of medical college still reminds that the North Star of JCBA and radiating the ideas to the students. He was the linchpin of the medical college, and all his students will have to remember him forever. Thank you very much.
Hi everybody, I'm Kurbai. I'm happy and proud to introduce myself as a student of Professor JCBA. His classes used to be live because of the real examples that he used to explain evolution. Yes, we learned evolution with examples of India, China, US, cricketers like Shrikant, Sunil Gavaskar, Kapil Dev, the technology development, etc. Being a student during COVID outbreak, I was able to relate the outbreak with Marcus population theory and the ratchet-ring effect. I'm grateful to Professor JCBA that I have learned the art of making lectures interesting. In all my evolution classes, I will say Professor JCBA stands with me. I would like to say simply that Professor JCBA's lectures were contagious, and I'm one among them who got infected, and I'm happy about it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Arun. I did my PG Zoology at American College from the year 1995 to 1997. I was very lucky to meet and benefit out of lectures of Professor JCBA. Thanks to RDM sir. With the help of RDM only, we were able to have him as a guest lecturer. Few things I would like to share about Professor JCBA. I used to disturb him with my doubts, sometimes outside the classroom, and sometimes it would be somewhere on the road, sometimes near his house, sometimes near a bus stop. And I used to be apologetic, and he used to reply that Socrates used to teach his students on the streets. One more instance I would like to recall. I think a month before Professor JCBA passed away, I went to his house and met him. He was half the size of what he used to be. He was quite sick. I remember him clearly as part of our conversation, asked me to go to the next room and take a book written by Dostoevsky. And he was even shouting from the other room that which shelf, which row the book is. And he read certain things in that book to me. I believe a professor is someone who sets your brain on fire, like he unsettles your brain, so it starts working. JCB, in spite of his sickness in those days, was very keen and very sharp at his mental level. He has been a very great influence on me personally. He continues to influence me, guide me, and help me out. I hope many people feel that way. Have a lot more stories about JCB, but I will save them for another day. Thank you. See you all in person. Bye.
was such a wonderful video. We hope it created some nostalgic feeling for our audience.
Now I welcome Dr. C. Velladurai, Head UG Department of College.
To conduct this Dr. JCBA's Endowment series lecture, and this is today is the first lecture, and from next year onwards, every year this type of program will be conducted with eminent scientists in the globe. And today, the present set of students recalling the good old memories of Professor JCBA. We would like to thank Dr. Dominic Christopher for giving this opportunity and every arrangements along with the officers of the college. Next, I would like to thank Dr. Daniel Michael, the senior most professor, the former head of the Department of the Zoology, PG and Research Department of Zoology, along with the senior, the alumni, and their constant spirit motivated them to recall the good old memories of Dr. JCBA after 20 long years. And they started collecting funds and accumulated 5 lakhs plus amount of money, and that money and the interest and the taste and the culmination of their understanding motivated us to conduct this type of national seminar and the lecture series today. So we would like to thank all the alumni, the senior, the members, senior alumni and alumnae in those days enjoyed the spirits of Dr. JCBA and Dr. Daniel Michael. It's really, you motivated us, you encouraged us to do this type of things. And today we have suspended the UG classes and the entire works. We have sacrificed the entire Department of Zoology faculty for today's program. Our regular assignment, regular teaching works today is totally suspended for remembering and recalling the good old memories of Dr. JCBA. And I request all the students today, American College PG students, first PG and second PG, plus other college students, you have to take a note of, I think, taken notes from the morning to you now. And tomorrow, you need to write an assignment about today's. Right? So tomorrow when you come to the college, so today is all events, right? Some are walking. So tomorrow morning when you come to the college classes, 1-page report is needed, right? It's not a silent spectators class. Today you understood many concepts. I too understood because the neglected subject, this evolution clings with Dr. JCBA. Right? Dr. JCB explored. He then explored the great hidden secrets from the evolution. And in those days, people enjoyed. But in the recent past, students have they ran away from the classes if evolution classes starts. So today, I think every young minds are again imbibed with the knowledge of evolution. And I can remember 2 things are again coming back to this current scenario. As Professor Part-2 mentioned, from Ethiopia, Kenya, right, from Africa to then other parts of the Asia, Eurasia parts. And the people in those days with their heads and mustache, all such things have been again reframed from the present set of students' mind. If I go to every classes, again the students have with a type of haircut, right? I think this type of things have been revolutionized, number 1. Number 2, again the hunters. In the recent past, Namibia and Uganda, Nigeria, governments, they announced to shoot or hunting the animals because of starvation, because of famine conditions. Namibian government, Uganda, Nigerian governments, they permitted their country people to shoot, to hunting the wild animals, roughly 50 elephants, first day, then other animals, wild animals, right? So again, I think a small evolution in our chromosome, in our day-to-day life is coming back, I think so. Because every day we come across with a lot of breaking news, that have emergencies, wars, and other things are going on in and around us. So human population, diversity and all other things which we have listened to his lecture is coming back and again moving among our people, especially the young minds, younger generations. So today's talk is totally good, totally nice, and we enjoyed. How many of you enjoyed today's program? Okay, thank you so much. God bless you. Because even we forgot the right time tea break, and the right time lunch also. So most of the elders, they are patiently waiting, and even now, some of the onliners, they are scolding us, right? So some of the online registered people, they are rebuking us because we are not operating the link properly, including Dr. Michael. So that's the problem from the college, from the NET's website. So sorry for the inconvenience. And I really thank Dr. Joy and our young faculty team with the team suite. We started working from the day 1 to till date. So I really thank all the faculty members and research scholars and students for their volunteer understanding and working hard from the day of the planning to till date. So it's really, I like to thank the logistics staff members. I'd like to thank all the college participants from other colleges. I like to thank the research scholars and professors and alumni from other colleges. For example, our own alumni are the heads of the departments in many colleges. LDC, Dr. Priscilla came, Dr. Priya Rajendra came, alumni of our college, of zoology department. Dr. Evolutionary, head of the department at Medora College, alumni of our college. Dr. Murugapan, the PG and research department HOD at Theology College, and many college senior faculty members of our college. We'd like to thank Dr. Kamalakannan and Dr. Varadarajan and Dr. Professor Mr. Prince, Professor Somasundaram, Professor Marimuthu, Professor Pichapan, Mr. Dr. Arun, Dr. Balaji, and many faculty members and faculty members from other departments of the college, same college, faculty members from other colleges, faculty from other universities, and faculty and friends and alumni, looking the program from abroad. We thank you so much. We salute doubly because Dr. JCBA Abraham is not there. He still lives in the young minds. So this type of evolution in the paper, the course evolution still lives. It's not dead. And the spirit of that legends, Dr. JCB, still lingers in the young minds. And we want to take this great tributary journey to the next generation. Thank you so much for all your patience.
Thank you, sir. And I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.